Edgley.
Yeah.
Tumblers, drinking, 4. Bowls, sugar, 3. Tureens, vegetable, 1. Is there anything else under crockery, breakages of?
13 soup plates last Monday.
30? All on the same day?
All at the same time. It wasn't my fault, though.
Well, who was the culprit?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery? I beg your pardon?
You know, James Bond. From Russia with Love.
Oh, the film actor?
Yes. It was Miss Naylor, really.
From Corsetry? Yes.
She stood at the back of the queue and announced that Sean Connery had come in to buy a string vest.
Say no more. 13 girls, 13 soup plates.
I'm afraid so.
Oh, well, it's understandable. The madness of youth. I remember in my case it was Deanna Durbin. 100 men and a girl. Excuse me.
Mind you, now, she does go a little bit too far, does that Miss Naylor. One of these days she'll take the 5 o'clock walk.
5 o'clock walk?
To the hanging shed.
Hanging shed?
Mr. Parbold's office. It's tradition with him. That's his sacking time, 5 o'clock.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Swindley, Mrs. Edgley. Mr. Parbold would like to see you in his office.
Oh, thank you, Miss Sinclair. Did he specify any particular time?
Yes, 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock?
Come on. Oh, I didn't realise.
I'll have a strong cup of tea ready for you when you come out. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. He's done nothing to get the sack for.
For once, I agree with you. He's a pillar of virtue, that man.
He's as innocent as a newborn babe.
If anybody has a clear conscience, it's Mr. Swindley.
True.
If it's in connection with the men's briefs being found amongst the ladies' blouses, sir, I can assure you that it will never happen again.
Simmer down, Swindley, it isn't.
Or that unfortunate incident arising from the pancake demonstration.
Oh, forget it, Swindley. The customer was perfectly reasonable. Once he'd had a good wash and got a trilby out of us. Now then, there's a cheque for £60.
The golden handshake.
Oh, your expenses, entertaining clients, trips to head office, usual sort of nonsense. And they don't go berserk, it's got to last 12 months.
12 months? Oh, more than adequate, sir.
Well, that's the jam. Now for the pill. Sit down, Swindley. Miss Buxton, and right old pill she is, too.
Miss Buxton?
Headmistress of Brookfield High School. Known affectionately among the girls, according to my daughter, as Frankenstein's grandmother. Now, the point is, Swindley, we want the contract for kitting them out.
Oh, the uniform concession. Oh, yes, yes. Gym slips, blazers, boaters, bloomers.
Knickers, Swindley.
Quite so, quite so. Oh, yes, a very valuable contract, sir.
Well, I would see Miss Buxton myself, but you see, I'm afraid of being lectured. You see, I have a daughter in the 4th form.
Oh, you have my congratulations, Mr. Parbold.
Condolences would be a better word. You see, teenagers, they're not like you and me, Swindley.
You and me?
Human beings, it's like living there with a Martian. Oh, Swindley, it's up to you. Go and swing that contract.
Well, I'll do my best, sir.
You'll have to do better than that. We've never managed it before. Still, there is one thing in your favour. You are a man.
I beg your pardon?
Miss Buxton is a woman.
Oh, yes.
A bachelor and a spinster. Understand?
Well, not entirely, sir. No, I hope you're not suggesting that...
You're seeing her at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I fixed it all up. Invite her to lunch in the canteen, turn on the charm, sweep her off her feet, and get that contract.
You make it all sound very easy, sir.
Ah, you can do it, Swindley. And if not, then perhaps we'll have another little chat tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Do you understand?
For once, Mr. Parbold, I think I'm ahead of you.
Oh, Mr. Swindley.
Yes, sir.
This is your first major assignment for Dobson and Hawkes. I want you to remember, faint heart never won
Frankenstein's grandmother.
Well, come on, you two. I've clocked you out. Night, Mr. Swindley. Night, love. Come on, I'm always having to wait. Night, Mr. Swindley.
Good night, gorgeous.
Night, Mr. Swindley. Night, Mr. Swindley.
Oh, good night, Mrs. Edgley.
Look, you must stop worrying about it. I'm sure you'll get her to come to lunch all right. I've got confidence in you.
Well, that's more than I have. Mrs. Edgley,
Yeah.
I have a confession to make.
Oh, yes.
Yes. I'm not half the lady killer that I may sometimes appear to be.
You're one of nature's gentlemen. And that's nicer.
Not for Mr. Parville's purposes, it isn't. Mrs. Edgley.
Yes.
Now, what would I have to do to sweep you off your feet, as it were?
Oh, it's my Edgar you want.
Really?
He could write a book on it. Now then, let me see. I like a man to be masterful.
Master.
Yes, but not bossy with it. Serious-minded, but with a sense of humour. Romantic, but not wet. Mind you, my Edgar's none of them. Oh, well, I hope I've been about.
Oh, you have indeed. Thank you very much, Mrs. Edgley.
Good night, Mr. Swin.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, love.
Good night, Mrs. Edgley.
Masterful, but not bossy. Serious-minded, but with a sense of
Swindley?
humour. Yeah.
Well, the best of luck with Miss Buxton. Remember, you, Tarzan, her, Jane. Good night.
Come along, Mr. Swindley. Last to leave, as usual. Now, we don't want to get locked in together, do we? Just the two of us.
Miss Sinclair, what would I have to do to sweep you off your feet?
Oh, Mr. Swindley. Oh, you're a terrible man.
Yes, Mr. Walsh. Yes, Mr. Walsh. But we still need more money. My girls must have new showers in the hockey pavilion. Yes. Yes, I know it would be much cheaper to install a communal bath. But this happens to be Brookfield High, not Charlton Athletic. We must have those showers. I refuse to have a lot of muddy girls strewn all over the classrooms. I beg your pardon. I did not. The word I used was muddy. Come in.
Miss Buxton?
Dobson and Holt.
Yes.
Ah, yes, Mr. Swindley. Sit down, will you? Well, how is Mr. Parbold?
Oh, toiling valiantly, thank you, Miss Frankenstein. Miss Buxton, I beg your pardon, I was thinking of another grandmother, a lady. Toiling valiantly.
Well, I wish I could say the same for that revolting little daughter of his.
Oh, yeah. The atmosphere of the head study. The inner sanctum, as it were. What memories.
Well, I hope not at here. This is a girls' school.
Oh, no. Plumpton Road Grammar School.
Oh.
Yes. 40 years on, getting older and older. Shorter in wind, but in memory long. Oh, yes. Cross-country runs in the blinding rain. Stink bombs in one's satchel. Being lynched by the lower third for passing in chemistry. And the pummeling behind the pavilion by Spotty Mason. Oh, happy days.
Exactly what can I do for you, Mr. Swindley?
That is the management, the company. We in a nutshell, Miss Buxton, we wondered if
Oh, I see. Parbold's annual offensive.
I beg your pardon?
Switch on the charm, sweep her off her feet, and invite her to lunch. Is that it?
Yes, but if you'd rather not come, I mean, I should quite understand.
Didn't he tell you that the answer is always no?
Yes. Well, in that case, I'll just bid you good morning and thank you for wasting so much.
However, this time, it's yes.
I beg your pardon?
I accept.
Oh, splendid. Well, shall we say today?
The sooner the better.
Very well, 2 o'clock in the canteen. That'll give them a chance to clear the second lunch.
Capital. Well, I shall see you then, Mr.
Oh,
Swindley.
splendid. I'm so grateful.
Good morning.
Thank you. And I do hope that you don't think I've bludgeoned you into anything
Not
here.
at all, Mr. Swindley. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Swindley. Hello. Mr. Walsh? Yes, it is me again. I think I've found a benefactor to pay for the new showers. Well, I'd rather not say at the moment. He doesn't know it himself yet. But he will by the time he's finished his lunch.
Good morning, Mrs. Edgley. I hope it's not all proving too difficult for you.
As long as I'm not interrupted, Miss Sinclair.
Nobody's questioning your ability, Mrs. Edgley. Not for a moment. Not at all.
That's nice to know.
Not when you're shoveling out fish and chips for the girls, that is. But when we're entertaining a prospective client, I think a word of guidance from the staff manageress.
Oh, yes.
There. That's better.
Oh, much.
Thank you, Mrs. Edgley.
A vast improvement.
You see, it's so much more refreshing when it's chilled in advance. Just a wee dash of ice.
They'll enjoy it. It's already had a wee dash of methylated spirit.
Ah, I knew you had it in you, Swindley. A table for two in 3 hours flat. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
You've heard what they're calling you on the sales floor, of course.
No.
Hot Lip Swindley. Now, you know what to do when Miss Buxton arrives.
Yes, a conducted tour of the sales floor.
Quite right. Then you can eat, drink, and at the crucial moment, pop the question.
Pop the question?
The contract, Swindley, and don't let passion cloud the issue. Excuse me. Yes? Yes! Right. Hot Lips, your date has arrived.
Thank you, Mr. Swindley. Oh, how delightful the table looks.
Thank you. All credit due to our Mrs.
Edgley.
Edgley. Oh.
Thank you, Mr. Swindley. Oh, it's nothing very special. It's just prawn cocktails, roast duckling, asparagus tips, sauteed potatoes, peach melba, and cheese and coffee.
Homely but nourishing.
I'll pour the sherry.
Yes, thank you.
I hope you're not making a fuss on my account, Mr. Swindley.
Oh, no, I'm sure it'll be well worth it. I mean, I hope that you'll enjoy it. Great privilege, not to mention an honour.
Sherry, Miss Buxton.
Please, yes.
Mr. Swindley?
Not for me, thank you, no.
No.
My drink is water bright, you understand? Fresh from the crystal spring. I never partake of the grape in its liquid form, although, of course, I realise the benefits of artificial stimulation, if you pardon the expression. Especially when moments of nervous tension, going into battle over that. I think perhaps I will have just a drop. Yes, thank you.
Excuse me, please.
Yes.
Well, now, what shall we talk about?
Oh, whatever burning topic of the moment you prefer, such as, is bullfighting sport, or the role of the poet in the 20th century? Although, to be perfectly truthful, Miss Buxton, I prefer that we should discuss business.
Well, to be equally truthful, Mr. Swindley, so would I.
Gym slips? Yes. Blazers? Yes. Boaters? Who's got that? Socks? 500 schoolgirls, 1,000 socks. And another 1,000 while they're away in the wash. Blouses, plimsolls, ties, oh, Swindley, Swindley, wherefore art thou Swindley? Come in, Hot Lips. Miss Sinclair, come in.
Mr. Parbold.
Well, Now, what's the latest bulletin?
They're up to the peach melba and all's well.
They're not still noshing. After 2 hours. Well, what's he doing? Feeding her by hand?
Well, of course, she has been talking rather a lot.
Now, what about?
Well, it's very difficult for me to catch the drift. Not to mention embarrassing.
Embarrassing? Why, what's he doing?
Not him. Me. Passing by every 10 minutes, pretending to go to the ladies.
Well, there are worse ways of earning a living, Miss Sinclair.
However, on my last journey...
Yes, what?
I do believe I did manage to catch a couple of words.
Dobson and Hawkes?
No.
Uniform contract?
No.
Well, what then?
Hot and cold showers.
But we don't sell hot and cold showers. Oh, they must be drunk. 2 hours. I could have sold gym slips to the Red Army in that time.
Patience, Mr. Parbold. Still waters run deep.
Oh, what's that got to do with anything?
Well, nothing, I suppose. But if I know Mr. Swindley, he'll have her signing on the dotted line right now.
Signed, Leonard Swindley. There we are. Pay Brookfield High School £60.
Well, I must say this comes as a great surprise. Thank you very, very much.
Don't mention it. Reward enough that the name of Dobson Hawkes will be forever associated with the mud and sludge of the hockey field. Now, if I may, I'd like to return to the subject that I broached a little earlier.
Certainly, Mr. Swindley. And may I say at the outset that I'm all in favour.
You are?
Most emphatically.
Of Dobson Hawkes?
Of bullfighting.
Yes. Well, talking of school uniforms...
what about the role of the poet in the 20th century?
What indeed? However, since you've mentioned school uniforms, we at Dobson Hawkes...
More coffee, Miss Fox.
No, thank you, I still have some.
Mr. Swindley,
No, thanks.
don't forget, romantic but not wet. Excuse me, please.
Yes. You were saying, Mr. Swindley?
Was I? Oh, yes. Well, now, concerned as you are with education, the clothing of the mind, as it were, we at
Camembert or Cassini?
No, I couldn't eat another thing, thank you.
Mr. Swindley?
No, nothing, thank you.
You're not overlooking that sense of humour, are you?
Oh, no.
Excuse me.
Miss Buxton, over the last 2 hours, I've come to the conclusion that I am a man, and you are a woman.
Really?
Yes. And no man is an island unto himself, as Shakespeare said.
John Donne, actually. 1573 to 1631.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Man is a lonely pilgrim, journeying along life's road, seeking a companion to share his secrets, his soul, his innermost hopes and fears.
Quite.
And with whom he hopes, bounded by the bonds of holy matrimony, to be blessed one day, if I may make so bold, with a third companion, baby pilgrim.
Ah.
And that baby pilgrim, that joy, that jewel, will blossom into childhood as the years roll by. And one day, Miss Buxton...
Yes, Mr. Swindley?
One day, it will require a school uniform. Now, we at Dobson Hawkes...
Oh, good afternoon, Miss Buxton. Still noshing, lunching, good. No hurry, you carry on. Keep it up, Swindley. How nice to see you again, Miss Buxton.
Well, it's nice to see you too, Mr. Parbold. As a matter of fact, I wanted a word with you.
Oh, really? Well, at your service. What can I do for you?
Well, you can do that daughter of yours for a start.
Yeah, I'll have a word with her. Well,
Good.
Work's piling up, if you'll excuse me. Carry on, Swindley.
Miss Buxton, I've no wish to rush you into anything, but I really do feel that the time has come.
Oh, my goodness, so it has. I must get back to my girls.
Oh, but
Well, thank you again for the most delicious lunch.
Not at all.
And charming company, and for your most unexpected and generous donation.
Oh, don't mention it.
Well, I must be off now, Mr.
we-
Swindley. No, don't give up. I know my way. Goodbye.
Goodbye. But Miss Buxton, the role of the poet in the 20th uniform. Oh, dear.
£6.03. It was supposed to be lunch for two, not Cleopatra's wedding reception.
Nobody leaves my table with the tummy rumbler, Mr. Parbold.
Well, so it seems. What did you give them? Caviar pudding?
Duckling, asparagus, peaches.
Oh, well, I suppose it's money well invested. I mean, £6.3 a contract that size. Oh, well, all right. You'll just have to see Swindley about this. You'll have to come off his expenses.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Ah, the conquering hero. Come in, come in. Sit down, sit down.
Thank you.
Well, how did you get on? Gave her all you've got, eh?
Every penny.
Eh? Oh, this was. No need to exaggerate. It's only £6.3.
£66.3.
What, for dead duck and peaches?
No, for hot and cold showers.
Hot and cold.
You won't find them on the menu.
But, Swindley, could you tell me what you're burbling about? Did we get the contract or did we not?
Well, not actually.
What do you mean, not actually?
Well, in a manner of speaking, sir, I mean, not to put too fine an edge on it,
Go on, go on, go on.
I never actually asked her.
How's he feeling now, Mrs. Edgley?
Well, he's had a couple of aspirins. Upsetting himself over nothing.
He's upset Mr. Parbold. That's enough to upset anybody. Your headache's gone now, I hope, Mr. Swindley.
Yes, gone, but not forgotten. Where is the sedative to soothe the troubled spirit?
Oh, you mustn't go fretting yourself, Mr. Swindley. Canteen, Mr. Parbold doesn't bear malice. This time tomorrow it'll all be forgiven and forgotten, if not already.
Yes, Mr. Parbold.
He wants to see me in his office right away.
How did you know?
I'm beginning to recognize the ring. What time is it? Just coming up to...
The 5 o'clock walk.
Splendid.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Swindley?
Ladies, the worm has turned. If I'm to be redundant, I've got something to say before sentence is passed. That, Mr. Parbold, and that goes for his stomach, too.
Sales? Oh, hello, is that you, Frank? This is Ernest here. Yes, well, I just thought I'd like to let you know that I've got the new contract. It's Brookfield High School for Girls. The headmistress was on the phone to me just 2 minutes ago. Yes, well, I'll slap it all on a memo and let you have it. It'll be good. See you at the Christmas party. Happy days. Ta-da-da-dee-da. Come in.
Mr. Parbold, when I was appointed assistant manager here, I was fully prepared to give all my time and effort to the... But it becomes increasingly obvious, day by day, that...
Swindley.
You
You've pulled it off, man.
Trying, I can tell you.
She was on the blower only a few minutes ago. We've got the contract.
Really? Oh, well, I suppose if one employs a certain sales technique...
Sales technique, my Aunt Fanny. She's gone a bundle on you.
A bundle?
According to Frankenstein's grandmother, we only get this contract on one condition. Listen to this. Please inform Mr. Swindley that no woman is an island unto herself either. I don't understand what that means. What is it, Shakespeare?
John Donne, actually. 1573 to 1631.
Oh, really? But she goes on to say, and that I would appreciate the pleasure of his company for dinner with me tomorrow night, and I won't take no for an answer. Swindley, what is it that you have that other men haven't?
Well, confidentially, sir, I suppose it's simply a matter of being masterful, but not bossy, serious-minded, but with a sense of humour, romantic, of course, but on the other hand, not wet.